Woody's World, where you don't have to be this tall, Troy Rink, to actually get on a ride. Woody's World is brought to you by Shanahan's. Yesterday afternoon, I was at Denver Area Hospital and bought a bouquet of flowers for someone. And as I was paying, the clerk said to me, just out of nowhere, he said, well, it was dark at the arena during the spring. I don't know what this has to do with flowers. And it might as well be dark at the ballpark, he said. I hope there's light at the end of the tunnel out at Dove Valley, July 31st. I looked at him and I replied, well, I think we all hope so. Well, maybe not Chad Brown. July 31st, 8 days. The Broncos hold their first training camp work for their veterans. Certainly seems like an eternity since the Broncos lost to the Indianapolis Colts in the playoff game, and as certainly the Nuggets and the Avalanche and those Lodo Dodos have not diminished the despair felt around Denver town since the abrupt end of the Broncos season. 8 more days. I'm so happy. Les Shapiro will start getting some sound sleep again. He can go hang out at the end of the practice field and work the room, talk to the coaches, and the players, and the other media as he does all the time. He can get his inside information. He can watch all the workouts and appraise the veterans, the rookie draft choices, oh, those free agents. He'll find for us the next Chris Harris Jr. or the next C.J. Anderson. I can't wait until he educates us every day here. You can't wait for training camp either. You can go sit on the grass berm, sweat your face off, perhaps get an autograph for 3, maybe even meet Peyton Manning and watch 2 hours of calisthenics, position drills, 7-on-7 play, and maybe even a full-bore 11-on-11. Exciting, huh? Well, it is. The Broncos didn't allow fan viewing at training camp last year because of the extensive rebuilding of the facilities. They weren't rebuilding the team. If you haven't been out there since the completion of the construction, you're in for a real treat. The Broncos now have a building that can house a NASA rocket to the moon with room to spare to hold a Comic-Con convention. They have a new parking lot for their fans and that new grassy knoll with more room for viewers. And they got all sorts of other great stuff out there for you fans. It's like a Disney World of football without Snow White's Castle and Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It's the house that Pat built. One of Pat Bolin's last wishes before Alzheimer's forced him to leave his beloved Broncos was to expand Dove Valley and create one of the best football facilities in the land. How green is Dove Valley? New fields, new players, new coaches, that old man at quarterback, and that old number 7 in his new general manager's office. Fox is gone, so is Gaze and Del Rio. Now you'll see Gary Kubiak and how he operates. You can welcome Wade Phillips and Rick Dunston home. And Manning's back for the last time? Well, we don't know. He's not doing a public farewell tour. He doesn't know if this is the last roundup. I suppose it will depend on how the season progresses and turns out. Demaryius Thomas will be there, thank goodness, and thank $70 million. Von Miller's around, and Chris Harris, and the new kids on the block, including Shane Ray. And you'll be back after being away from training camp since 2013. How did you stand it? Enjoy it. Cheer. Get excited. Denver sports is back in the sunlight again on July 31st. There's no darkness here at Dove Valley. Famous author Kurt Vonnegut once addressed a major college commencement. He told the graduates he had only 2 words of advice. I offer the same words of advice as you go out to Dove Valley starting July 31st. Sunscreen. I'm Woody Paige, and that's my advice. Woody's World is sponsored by Shanahan's Steakhouse. If you like steak, if you don't like steak, if you like lobster, if you like lobster mac and cheese, here's what I've done, and this is my advice to you, and it doesn't include sunscreen unless you want to sit out on the patio, which is what we did last time that we were together out there, you and I, is to order the lobster mac and cheese. It's a side dish, but order like 3 of them. Now you got lobster, you got mac, you got cheese. Wow, what a combination. Book a reservation today, shanahansteakhouse.com. Tell them Les Shapiro.
You'll get it down soon.
Tell them Woody Paige and Chad Brown, Blue and White, the Blue Man Group, sent you out there.